Hey everyone, welcome to the show, Life with Tommy. I'm finally getting a video version of the podcast up and going, and so this will be cool. You can listen to it on YouTube, you'll be able to listen to it on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and a few other platforms as well. And so, the topic of today's show, what I want it to be is the importance of reading in the morning and some of the benefits that you gain from reading in the morning. And I know there's a debate on whether or not it's better to read in the morning or at night, but I'll give you some of my experience and just some tips and some advantages to reading in the morning right when you wake up. And so, one advantage that I've noticed when I read in the morning is I don't necessarily need the alarm clock to wake up. I'm already, I have something put in place that I need to get done, and for some people it might be a drag to read or it might be a pain. But if you have something in the morning that you're looking forward to do, to get done, to start your day off and prove to yourself really that you can do something hard. If it's hard for you, it proves that you can do something hard uh, in the morning, and it helps you just feel motivated for the rest of the day. And so that's one huge benefit of, setting that goal to read early in the morning or right when you wake up, rather than getting on your phone, looking at your messages, looking at your emails, and kind of wasting your time on a device. And so, one other advantage that I really have noticed is that your brain is a lot more fresh in the morning right when you wake up. And I know you can feel kind of, like bogged down or kind of, hazy in the morning, but your brain really is fresher in the morning since it hasn't had to deal with, the stresses, the problems of the day. And you're just coming off of a long rest, hopefully, of 7 to 8 hours, 9 hours of sleep. And so your brain is rested, it's refreshed, and it's going to be able to retain that information a lot more that you read. So say if you're reading a textbook for college, if you read it in the morning, do a small reading session, you're going to be able to remember that information for the test a lot better than if you were to read it during the middle of the day or at night after you're already tired and you just want to go to bed. And so that I have noticed in my personal reading is that I just remember things a lot better when I read them in the morning. And so those two have significantly those two advantages that I just mentioned have significantly benefited me and my goals of reading better, reading more often, and waking up in the morning. And so those two advantages I really wanted to hone in on. But as I'm reading this article that this lady posted, I just want to mention some of the things that she gains from reading in the morning right when she wakes up. She noted that reading and focusing on the books helps to get herself together and start the day with focus. And so I want to add to that and say that, when you are able to read in the morning, you can gather yourself better for the daily tasks ahead of you. Like she says, that she's more focused. She completes her goal of reading, and she's able to really break down the day and realize what she needs to do and what she needs to get done. And so, for some people, it might work like that. If you read in the morning, it helps you just stay more focused, more lasered in for the rest of the day. Something else that she mentioned, and what I kind of mentioned in the beginning, is that she feels more confident and accomplished day after day and throughout the day after reading a book in the morning. It's kind of the same concept as the make your bed concept. When you make your bed first thing in the morning, you can look back as you go throughout the day that you've already done something hard. Because, making bed, making a bed in and of itself isn't really hard, but it's hard for people to do. Just because it's something so simple but so complex. And so, when you read a book first thing in the morning, like she said, you just walk around with more confidence in yourself, and that leads to a world of opportunities. When you're more confident in yourself, have a better self-esteem, better self-love, you're able to do things that you really couldn't imagine yourself doing beforehand. And so that's a huge benefit, when you can do something right off the bat, first thing when you wake up in the morning. It's really, really good for you. And so those are some of the main benefits that I took away from this article, from my personal experiences of reading in the morning right when I wake up. And so I hope you guys can do the same. Start to, it doesn't need to be a whole chapter. It doesn't need to be 30 minutes. If you just read 5 to 10 minutes, you read a page or two, it really just gets your brain up and going and focused for the rest of the day. And so I hope this podcast, this video is beneficial to you all. Put in the comments other stuff you want to hear from me, things you want me to talk about in the show, people who you want me to reach out to interview, and I'll explain more of that in upcoming shows. But thank you all for listening, and tune in tomorrow for the next show.